Broadcasting Studio 24 in California, the entertainment capital of the world, featuring Dr. Dwight Rogers and Tony G. It's the Education Talk Show with Jeremy Brooks, Weekly Recess. And now, your host, Jeremy Brooks.
Welcome to the Education Talk Show with Jeremy Brooks, Weekly Recess. We are super excited to be in Studio 24, Brooks Broadcasting tonight for a fabulous show. This is actually episode 28, and we have a fantastic show for you tonight. We're talking about a topic that impacts every school, every community, every single place that's out there. We're talking about discipline. And not in the way that you think about when it comes to discipline, like we're disciplining students. Discipline as an athlete, discipline as a student. We're talking physical fitness and also pressure that we sometimes feel to perform at high levels. So we're discussing all of those things tonight on the show and a lot more. Before we begin, we want to thank our 1.5 million viewers from around the world who watch and support our show in 47 plus countries. We want to thank you. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Also, make sure to comment. And if you have any questions during our live show, feel free to ask, and we might just share those questions out over the air. Before we begin, I want to take a moment to just kind of check in with our panel tonight. We have, you know him as our resident in-house comedian, Tony G. Welcome to the show, buddy.
I don't know why I'm pretending I'm visualizing, Jeremy, that I'm seeing the millions, but it's great to be here. And there are millions listening and watching. Mm-hmm. So it's good to be back. I'd like to talk a lot about, I've been just blessed lately, but I want to go right over to my boy because we have a special guest.
Yes, yep. And tonight we're very excited to have our guest, Jaylon Robertson, joining us tonight on the show. Jaylon, welcome to the show, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you for having me.
We are excited to have you on. And real quick, Jaylon, we're going to do a check-in. So we'll talk about like our weekend, how things are going, what we've been up to. I know you got a big event coming up. We'll share with our viewers. Yes, sir. But a little bit about yourself. I know, you do some incredible boxing and, want to share with our guests a little bit about yourself.
Well, yes. My name is Jaylon Robertson. I am from Southern California. I'm a boxer, boxing out of Slick Rick Boxing Manteca. I've been boxing for about, I want to say in total, without a gap, I want to say about eight years. Uh-huh. Started off when I was little. Fortunately, my pops had passed away. And I took a big gap from that, but I started to play basketball and football and seeing other like love and interest in other games.
Yeah.
But, that was like my first sport. And
it's
something I always like gravitate back to.
What year did you start? So you were young when you were starting.
Yes. Yeah. I was about 5.
Wow. 5 years old.
Yes.
Amazing. And then you said you did sports in college.
Yes. I also played, I didn't play a full year, but I was going to play football and basketball for Delta College in Southern California.
Wow. Okay.
So I kind of just like fell out of love of it.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for so
happens.
long.
Born for it.
Yeah, I was doing it for so long, and it's like, okay, let's try something new. Let's see if maybe this isn't my path. Maybe God got a better path for me. So let's try and see like where are our options. So that's what I did, and I got back into it when I was about 20, and I've been boxing 2 years straight ever since then.
That's amazing, and can't wait to talk more about boxing with you and physical fitness. That's a big part of the show tonight is talking about physical fitness, and you got to be physically fit to do boxing, right?
Oh yeah, it's also a very it's a mindset thing.
Oh yeah,
a lot of mental.
Yep.
You got to push yourself to different levels that you have never been before.
Mm-hmm.
So it's for sure a big part of it, and up here is really a biggest part of it.
Even
if you do anything in life, up here and how you think, how you react about things.
Yep.
Best way.
Yeah. Can't wait to talk about that too. And you did some football too, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I was the all-league punter. So you can laugh a little bit.
No, hey, I love that.
Was I the best to ever do it? Maybe. Maybe I was. Maybe that's why all these wanted me the GOAT. I was the GOAT. of punting. But I can relate what he's saying.
Yeah.
And I can also add a little bit what he didn't say because he's so humble.
Uh-huh.
So again, Richard Perez is related to me. He's my cousin. He married into, again, not through blood, but through marriage.
Yeah.
And many years ago, he wasn't there yet. But another fighter who may or may not be on the show later, his name's Kirby, another great fighter, right?
And Richard Perez, not to be confused with the actor that we got on our show too.
This is none other than the striking boxing coach of Nate and Nick Diaz.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. And we're talking
Okay.
now. I know we got attention now.
Yeah.
And see, he's so humble, he doesn't drop the names. I will because I was there.
Yeah.
And this guy, I've seen
So
caliber.
he's your coach, Rich Perez?
No, actually, Richard Perez had a student that also went to that gym.
Okay.
My coach is Coach Rick.
Okay.
So when he stepped down, my coach Rick came over and took it over.
Yeah.
So Richard, I'm not very clear on his last name.
Yeah.
But yeah, my coach was a student and now owner of
Okay. Very cool. I can't wait to talk more about that. And, Tony, I think you mentioned too, you've done competitions like Golden Gloves and things like that. Is that true?
Yes.
Can you tell us real quick about what are the Golden Gloves? Because we got a lot of viewers from all over the world. They may not know what Golden Gloves are. Can you tell us about that?
Golden Gloves is a big tournament that comes around every year. If you were to advance to Golden Glove, there's different levels to get to. Now, these promoters, they want guys with Golden Gloves, turning big tournaments under their belts, so it's easier for them to promote. They do get to the big leagues, so, and, they want to make their money too. So, having a guy like that, and then be able to promote him, get him these fights, he's making their money, where I'm making my money.
Yeah.
It's all straight and good. So these tournaments are literally just to set you up for the pros. Everything in the amateurs is to set you up.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you a question too real quick, and then we'll do our other check-in. But college, we see boxing at the college level too.
Yes.
Yeah.
They just implemented. Sac State has a boxing.
Do they? Wow.
Yes, they do.
I didn't know
Sac
that.
State also had someone that boxed in the Golden Gloves. So I fought in California Golden Gloves last year, and it was Sac State. They have they own like a little have a class about it now.
Yeah,
My friend goes to Sac State. He said he got into that boxing class, and they go travel and do tournaments and everything like that too. So it's getting around schools now.
Yeah.
They're starting to implement boxing more.
Yeah. San Jose State has had a program, I think, for a while too.
Yes.
Yeah. Are the guys in those programs, are they pretty good?
Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah, because some of those guys, they'll either come from a boxing background and then stop and have a passion in something different.
Yeah.
But when they come back to school, it's like, hey, I might as well just try it.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey,
might as well
wow.
just do it.
That's amazing. How did you do in the Golden Glove tournament?
I did great. I was a finalist. I feel like I really won that fight. You
probably did.
I feel like the whole crowd was shocked when they
Tyson lost as well in the same
So,
type of format.
It was just like, I mean, even the guy I fought, he didn't believe he won.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
when he got
Okay,
his
that's
hand
enough
raised,
said.
Yeah, he was even shocked. He was like, and I'm looking at my coach, and it was that point in time where I had one of the moments where it was like, okay, dang, like I put in all this work, and now it's like, all right, do I give up and not come back,
Yeah.
or do I keep pushing forward? And now I'm here where I am today.
Yep.
I kept pushing forward.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing.
Resilience.
One last thing before we move on, because you were a part of an incredible program. A lot of young people are part of this program. I think it's from Sacramento, but it's spreading all over the Central Valley. And we got a buddy named Renato who helps with that program too.
Yes.
We got to get him on the show someday. So shout out to Renato. And he also has a podcast too, which you guys need to check out. But can you tell us about that program? Because I hear it's amazing. If you attend all 4 years, you could actually go to college. Do you know about that?
Okay, so yes. So with this program, it's a Black mentor program. So it helps young Black kids, even if they're not, African American, kids of all color. It sets them up for college. So we help them with FAFSA. We help them with classes. We're like tutors on school campus at all times.
Yeah.
We do check-ins, one-on-one sessions, to check on them. It's really about the kids.
Yeah.
And if you're through there the whole 4th year, because I was in there when I went to school. I went to McNair High School, and they had a program. So me being in that program, it was easy for me to guide the kids through the process. But it's about 3 or 4 schools that they have actual relationships with.
Yeah.
That you can get into becoming like with IYT.
That's amazing. And
I think it was Cal Poly,
okay,
Sac State, and it was 2 more, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
I hear right now. But they're good
Chico
schools.
maybe.
Chico, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Chico
Okay.
maybe.
Yeah.
There's about 3 or 4 schools, and it's a guaranteed.
Humboldt State as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
By the way, I got to tell you, I'm cheating. I'm hearing this in the control room.
I wouldn't have known. I'm telling you how to be. Yeah,
But
fool.
anyway, it's an incredible program, and it's it's incredible. It's just spreading all over,
Yes.
and a lot of young people are in the program, and so we got to try to give a shout out to them. And you were a mentor in that program.
Yes, I was a mentor
Yeah.
in that program. I loved it. It was a great program. I met a lot of kids.
Mm-hmm.
I changed a lot of kids' lives.
Wow.
I changed a lot. Like before I left, there was a kid named Elijah,
Mm-hmm.
and he was just so bad. It was just like bad. Like he was like bad at home. He was like
Mhm.
can't focus at school and stuff like that. And I would sit down with him every day, and I would talk to his teachers.
Yeah.
Every last one of them. And just tell him like, just please work with him.
Yeah.
Try with him. I know it may seem like he's not trying, but
Yeah.
outside of this, he really is. You know, so he went from a 1.5 to a 2.3.
Wow.
So he bumped it up.
That's
Now he was
not-
able to play Elijah,
and
and that's not a big risk. But that's a little bit. That's progress.
No, it's huge.
Let me
That's
stop
huge.
you.
Right.
Because again, my background is 15 years working in mental health, emotionally disturbed program, and special ed. And you know why I come and I box still
Yes.
is because I see so many of the same type of kid that I work with. But here's the thing: obviously, I'm not teaching, but where can I share my shine? And that's the gym. And I could tell you, kids coming with different disability, learning disabilities, and different. Again, we can go all over the place, but
Different challenges. Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Yeah.
that we don't see.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you're in here pumping this kid up, and by the way, I got Jaylon, my right hand guy, helping me. That's special because now he's at a 2 point. That's a glorious victory.
Yeah.
And again, that's a testament to now what's happening in your life.
Well, what I also want to just mention too, real quick, is just how important it is to have a mentor. And a lot of young people, I mean, they may not connect with boxing, maybe they connect with basketball or something else.
Thanks.
Maybe there's a coach out there, but the idea is, to have those opportunities for our young people to be able to connect with somebody, and that's what I love about this program. And it's a nonprofit, and I think that if you haven't heard about this program, you may want to look it up because it's pretty successful, right? I mean, you've seen a lot of young people who have been able to turn things around and be successful, and that's huge because what that means is he went from being in danger of failing to now being able to potentially graduate from high school. So that's amazing. Thank you for that. Yeah. Okay, so real quick, we'll do a quick panel check-in, and we'll see how things have been going. So what have you been up to, Tony?
So everyone knows I go out and be a silly bird all the time, and this silly bird's getting better at being sillier, and people are starting to like this silly bird. And so it's just nice to see people laugh, to see people get some shine out of their day. And I had one of the best sets of my life at the Queen Bean, and I don't recommend this because again, I've been doing comedy 17 years or whatever, right? And naturally an extrovert. So talking is not an issue, but the problem is writing, right? Writing the disciplines. But there's those times I just feel right. And I go, I'm going to go, honey, I'm going to go. I did a dance routine. I'm going to post it later. And that's for my personal passion. And then I'm just going to say,
Because you're doing Zumba, right?
well, I'm going to do a cliffhanger and I'm just going to say a couple things and I'm not going to say any more because I can't other than I'm not lying.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp's a fan of me.
That's amazing.
I know. I'm not going to talk
yeah.
anymore. I can't speak on these terms, but God is good.
Oh, yeah.
All the time.
Well, and then also, how are things going? Because you're doing the mixed mic night,
Yes.
where you've got musicians,
Oh,
you got comics, a lot of artists, right? A lot of entertainers out there.
Well, Jeremy, it's crazy because I'm all about synergy.
Yeah.
And we've been doing stuff for the broadcast with the community. And then I've seen what you do. So I go, you know what? I'm going on a retro pie and I talk with Lawrence and Lulu. It's growing. And then we're talking with the city now and the mayor. And we're doing things together. I'm using my art. He's using his boxing. He was using his prayer. And you're using the broadcast. And it's all synergy.
Oh, yeah. but you're getting good people coming out, doing some comedy, musicians.
Tons.
It's getting a lot of traction.
By the way, it's funny. We want to rebuild Manteca, and that's great. And you could throw money at it, but without love, which is art, that flow of art into the community, man, there's no shine, and nobody wants to live in a place that's not shining.
Yeah. Good points right there. By the way, the pizza's not bad.
Oh, stop. I only had one
helps.
today. I had one slice today. That's
Hey,
it. I go in every day. It's usually 2 because, I'm writing my jokes because I got to be disciplined. And just the pizzas show up. Lawrence and Lou, they drop. Are you going to turn down some free pizza? You know what? Afterwards, you want some? Me and you.
We can go get some.
Yeah.
Okay. And Jeremy, you can come too.
Yeah. Hey, I might take you up on that. That sounds really good. And honestly, it's like on a Monday night, what is there to do? Go get yourself some comedy, some entertainment, pizza, and
delicious pizza.
Retro pie mixed.
So get this. They're going to say, what are you doing here? You just had a combo. I was in there earlier with a couple of my students today.
Wow.
Giving back. Why? Give it back. You get blessed. Give it back. You did it. Yeah. It's a story that just goes.
Awesome. And then, so how are things going for you? I know you're training for a big event, right?
Yeah, I am in my camp right now. So we're looking towards, I've been talking to my manager, we're looking for July or June 19th. Hopefully we can get to Scano Promotions. Hopefully, but we're sending I had a video made, and I sent it out to every promotion out here. Even from the Bay, from Sacramento, everywhere. So we're just trying to get a fight.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just staying in camp and staying ready.
Yeah.
When that call does happen.
And then share this with them too as well. This will come out, and you could share this live broadcast, and hopefully you get something soon. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
also, June 27th, Slick Promotions, man. My coach has a promotion company, man. Y'all got to come pop out. It's gonna be a
Slick
great
Rick.
promotion. Slick
Come
Rick
out.
Promotions.
If you want to learn how
It's going to be at the Stockton Civic Center. Come have fun, watch some good boxing. It's going to be a lot of rising stars. It's going to be a good night.
That's exciting. Do you see a lot of people really kind of work their way up and kind of take off career-wise through that sometimes? I mean, it's rare, but like...
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
I feel like anybody can take off their career, even from starting off from the bottom.
Yeah.
Just how much work you put into it, in your craft, and how much you really want it. At the end of the day, God is gonna make a plan for you, and that's what you're gonna have to follow. So that's how I see it.
I have a
Amazing.
question. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, go ahead.
It's burning.
Yeah, we gotta move on.
Okay.
soon.
Ryan Garcia, he's great. He's built his name through that social media platform. Jeremy Brooks. Okay. I've seen what Jeremy Brooks has done here. How do you see that? I mean, I'm seeing you. The world's going to want to know who you are. You have to handle that.
I think I'm ready for it.
Yes, sir.
I hope I'm ready for it. Can't wait for that time to come.
I believe so.
Awesome. Okay. Well, hey, real quick, we got a lot going on too. Very exciting news. We actually have, if you like Toy Story, if you like the Toy Story series franchise, there's a character, Andy. Everybody knows Andy from Toy Story, right?
Yeah.
You got Woody, played by Tom Hanks, and then you got Buzz Lightyear from Tim Allen. But we actually have John Morrison. He's the person who's played all these years. He's played Andy. Anyway, Jeff Morrison, we're very excited because John Morris, he's going to be on the show this Saturday. So we're very excited to have him. He also was Santa Boy in Nightmare Before Christmas, which we all know, another big classic.
That's a good one.
And so we're looking forward to him being on the show. And it's a special episode Saturday. It's going to be a live show, so you can comment and reach out, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So definitely check that out. And we're going to move on to our next segment here. And we're talking about discipline, the competitive mindset. And so there's a conversation sort of happening right now around the country about something that seems kind of simple, but, it really is kind of a little bit bigger than people think. In Kansas, they proposed requiring daily access to elementary students for recess, daily access to recess, and annual fitness testing for K through 12 students. The goal is to improve student health and build habits that last a lifetime. The bill ended up going through the legislature. They passed it, but it was vetoed. The governor vetoed the bill, and so it did not get passed. And the big question is, should schools be responsible for student health? Because that was sort of the one of the reasons why it was vetoed. And so I want to talk to our panel tonight. Again, physical fitness, we know it's important to stay healthy, to stay in shape, give kids an opportunity to get a break, to get outside for recess. And then also we want to know that our students, are they meeting certain milestones that we have to make sure that they're physically fit. So we're going to talk about that tonight. What are your thoughts? We'll start maybe right here and then we'll come around. What are your thoughts on this, hearing about, this bill being vetoed? Should we allow recess for K through 12 and then also have physical fitness tests? What are your thoughts on this?
I'm going to tell you something, and I can actually say this from firsthand experience. I did a heck of a spinning move salsa on stage, right? Mm-hmm. You asked me to do that last year. That's not happening. Why is that? Movement. Mm-hmm. Why am I happy? I say God, but let's be real with the variables.
Yeah.
I'm moving, I'm doing, I'm stretching, I'm doing. Mm-hmm. There's so much new state of the art. It's not the machines, it's the methodologies. If I'm saying that correctly, right? We have it all old dinosaur stuff.
Yeah.
Kids, there's Vanja moves, Leo moves. These are people that opened up the hips on guys like me. And when you can move, you start walking straight. No joke, I have to jump just a quarter inch because I'm 5'9" to get the pull-up bar, right? I'm not jumping anymore, right? What's going on? This is a wake-up call, honestly, for health in America.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, you remember obviously being a kid, getting out at recess. How important is it for students, do you think, to get a break, to be out there getting physically fit and, having time with their friends? What are your thoughts on this? A state literally saying, no, we're not going to, pass a law on that.
I feel like it's great. I feel like everyone needs to take a break sometimes and have some relaxation time. I feel like giving kids recess is a time where they can really express themselves and without having to be and sit a certain way for a long time, or when they want to have fun with their friends. I feel like it's a great way for them to also communicate and connect with other people.
Yep.
That's what gets them talking. It's like steps to build yourself up for when you get older. It's getting you prepared and ready.
Yeah. Those social skills are another huge piece of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They need to be able to have time to connect and work on interpersonal skills. And I mean, how many students, are, when we're at home, they're on their phone or on, social media, and they don't have opportunities to connect with each other in person. And so providing that time for them, that space to be able to do that's important. I know when I was a kid, though, being outside, and I love basketball. I did track and field. And so to me, that allowed me to stay physically fit and in shape. And the interesting thing too is when our young people get those breaks to be outside, to do recess or to do PE, what we notice is that they come back into the classroom, and Tony, you could speak on this, students are a little bit more focused, right? They're more attentive. They're ready to learn.
I remember, again, because it's mental health, you have to be sensitive to all of that before you're sensitive to just, here, do the work. That's how the real world is. It's like, okay, but there's this piece that's between the two trains of thought, right? And that piece is lack of movement.
Yep.
Getting out the endorphins. Your mental, oh my gosh, I know, I've talked to so many different types of people because now we can talk more about it openly. And so I go down to a Cal Fit, which is an incredible gym. The classic mix is, you get like I talk all the time about the Zumba, you got the gyms, then you got the basketball. We got to play some ball, bro, seriously. And there's so much, right? Variety. He said it, variety. Yeah. Where's the variety for the kids? Simplistic stuff. What you got? Can we just create a love situation? Hey, teachers, we're going to take 15 off the top of your classroom. Oh, and there's the policymakers going crazy, but the results are showing otherwise, and nobody's talking about the body, the movement.
And it can be pretty tough too when you look at the instructional minutes that you need for math and science and but at the same time, physical fitness is so important. I mean, he talked about like the mental health component of it, how good you feel afterwards, the endorphins. When you work out, and you get one. Do you ever have those days where like you're like, I'm going to push myself and work out a little bit harder?
Every day.
Every day. See, there you go. Every day pushing it. How do you feel afterwards though?
It's I feel like I could have did more.
Yeah.
After every workout.
Wow.
And you got to slow down. You're young. He's too good. That's the thing.
It's a lot of things like I want to be perfect. Not everybody's perfect, but I want to be one of the ones, that 1% that's on my game at all times. And I want to be able to look good while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
You are.
This is my temple. I got to take care of this for the rest of my life.
Okay, Mayweather, stop, dude. He is too much. He's too much, but he is that good. I can say I've seen it, and I'm not. Hey, I love the Diaz. They'll come looking for me. I'm not trying to, because those are good down to earth dudes too. By the way, but everything that's being said is just echoing in this entire. The narrative for the school system needs to be start moving. Everybody, teachers, move. Yeah, everybody.
And you guys are both like pretty physically fit. You exercise. I mean, what does a workout day look like for you? And I mean, why is it not only? I mean, you guys are adults, obviously, but why is it important not just for older people but for the kids too to have that? Anyone want to start?
I just like to have the mindset of I have to get up and go get it.
Yeah.
Like moving every day, being able to work out, I feel like I'm reaching a better version of myself every single day.
Yeah.
And working out is that's my relaxed time. That's my peace. That's when everything, all the background, all that noise, it blocks out. It's just me tuned into me and my body and how I move forward with all of my life. So I take it very serious. I work out at least 3 times a day.
Wow.
Yeah. If I don't get a workout in, I'm mad at myself.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, what are we doing? Like, well, I'm not working out. It's somebody else working out, outworking me right now. I don't want to be outworked. I want to keep going.
Do you do so like push-ups, sit-ups, crunches, jumping jacks? Do you do the jump rope?
Yes, I do the jump rope. Yes, I do.
So
hey, there's some
I do a
stuff
lot
to that.
of calisthenics.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of stuff like flexible bands. I might go lift if I'm playing. If I'm
Jeremy, you got to see him on the
practice.
double end bag.
Oh yeah,
he is.
Yeah, I got to show you some videos.
When I saw him on the double, that's when I knew I was seeing something great.
So then speed bag, sparring, heavy bag.
I like to focus a lot on speed. Like I want to be a fast big dude. Because I'm only 198 pounds.
Yeah.
And as I
what
get
weight? So how does it? By the way, is it? What are the okay? There's heavyweight, right? Like Mike Tyson was a heavyweight guy.
So a heavyweight is 200 plus, and then it's whatever. Like you can be 300 pounds.
Wow.
I could be 210 pounds fighting you.
Tyson Fury.
Like Deontay Wilder is a perfect example. He came in about 220 when he fought Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury about 250, 260.
So height doesn't matter with that.
Height doesn't matter.
And that's why you got to be fast.
Like mini Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
5'10", but he was 230, 240. He was a big dude, and he was explosive.
Yeah.
So it was good to watch him. You see the explosive knockouts. You see the crazy side of him. It's a good thing.
But he was fast too.
He
though.
was very
He
fast.
was unbelievably fast
For his weight and his size, he was very fast.
Yeah.
Like Muhammad Ali too, very fast.
That's
for his
true.
weight.
Must be
But
the
he was
greatest.
tall. He was a tall
He
guy.
was a tall dude.
You know how tall he was?
I wanted to say about 6'3", 6'4".
Right at your height.
Right at my height. I want to say about 6'4".
This was an accident
Wow.
too.
6'3".
I wore this on accident. I'm just saying.
That man right there. He's way he moved.
Yeah.
Not normal to see a big dude move like that.
Right.
Used to seeing 135 pounders, 120 pounders, little dudes move like that. So
All right, so real quick, me, I eat a lot of extra snacks, a lot of donuts. So, hey, I'd probably be a heavyweight, and I'm cool with that. I'm okay with that. Okay.
Okay.
230, 240. I like it. I'm proud of myself.
Okay.
At 230.
But I see a
just
Rocky
playing, guys.
Balboa deep. Jeremy, what's your family comes from? Like Mexico for me.
Yeah.
Where's your family?
Oh,
Brooks.
all over. Yeah.
Irish.
They say there, but yeah.
I
all
can
over.
see there.
Yeah.
Call top of the morning to you. I bet you have that.
Yeah.
I know you look like One of those guys.
Gotta tap into it.
Yeah.
Gotta tap into it.
Well, all right. So let's see. And then I wanted to ask you though. Tell me about your activity. Your what does a day look like working out for you?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Jeremy. I wake up and I have a delicious medium roast to Sora from Phil's, heavy cream, no sugar, because you're keeping. This is real talk too. Honestly, I'm silly, but listen up. In our age range, folks, and again, it's all a video game, so there's no sugar, right? I'm just all right. And then, do you want me to demo it? I can, but I won't.
Oh no,
you make the call.
Right. Yeah, that's
hey,
all right.
because I'll use the whole living room.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I get in the living room. I do some Leo Manja move stuff. I've been doing it 6 months. It's ridiculous.
But I see. Here's the thing about him. I love your videos. He shares some amazing videos.
Yeah, I'm dancing again.
But I see him doing Zumba. I see him doing basketball. I see him in the gym. I mean, I love that because you're exercising in a lot of different ways. But the one thing, don't they say like you have to kind of like trick your muscles, right? You got to do different things and
variation. Everything.
So even when I'm like lifting and stuff, like I'll be lifting, I'll be like in my head, I'm like, you're not tired. Your muscles don't hurt.
He's got that psychological edge.
So it's like I like to really push myself to the minute, like my max limits, because I haven't even reached my like full prime yet.
You want to hear a funny story?
yes, love funny stories.
I'm a big guy. Okay, and I can hit hard, but here's the deal: I'm not a threat to this guy.
Okay.
And Coach Jose, love the guy. He's just a man of few words, but loving words, right? And he goes, "Hey Tony, come on in." You know, and he's got the headgear. What's
Coach Rick?
Rick. Well, this was with you the other day.
Rick told you to come in.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Coach Rick.
So
you
I'm
got in the
the
ring with this guy?
Listen, I'm that crazy, Jeremy. I'm that crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm in the ring, you know, and I'm excited because I go, look, I've already been kissing up to him. Why do you think I did that, bro? Why do you think I did that?
Because you knew it was coming.
I'm ahead of the game.
He came to me. He was like, "Hey, just don't hit me in my face."
I need my face, Jeremy. And I'm like, and he goes, listen, you're going to go, you know, and all you're going to do, because he's rotating us.
Yeah.
You know, because again, dude, I was an athlete. I am in shape. I can move. I am an athlete.
Yeah.
But this is a different world. And I'm looking at this guy and I'm just like, I'm scared. I'm going to be honest, flat out. I was scared because I seen guys get knocked out.
Did you go light on this guy?
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
What he's got, right?
Yeah,
So-
I didn't throw a punch.
Yeah.
Just
we
tell
need
him-
him for the show. We got to have him looking
So-
good.
You got to keep that face nice.
So I
man.
go to coach. I go, hey, because he's giving around good stuff. You something. I said, hey, coach, give it to me. What'd you like? And he goes, nothing. I said, well, that's only one way to go now. I'm going up.
So okay, real quick again, because I talked about you do basketball, you're doing Zumba, you're doing all this stuff. How about your physical fitness routine? I mean, do you do weights and then do you go do the other stuff?
I've adapted to.
Do you guys both run? By the way, I'm curious about that.
No.
Yes, I run
He can
every single day. When I first started boxing, I had a thing where I would wake up at 3 in the morning every day and run.
Wow.
So I've been back on that. So I've been locked in on it.
Are you doing like the Rocky steps type deal?
Yeah. I was trying to be. One day I thought I was Rocky. I went to In Shape. I tried to run 15 miles.
Yeah. Oh
I
wow.
ran 12. It's a lot.
Wow.
It's a lot.
That is
It's a lot.
that's a lot of miles.
lot.
That is a lot of
When I
miles.
got to 12. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
it's something different. Maybe tap in a little bit more to myself though. So
Yeah, but that's
But-
amazing though. My goodness. You're not running though.
No,
But I mean, you do a lot of other cardiovascular stuff.
I do. Again, you build, right?
Yeah.
One of my stepping stones was Zumba. I went in there again. I humbled myself. I
Yeah.
said, "There's something here for me to do. I'm, funny videos and all. Oh, that's great." But
Yeah.
I knew something was wrong when I was looking at older people than me just flooring through it. I talked to an older lady. It was like 15 to 20,000 steps a day.
Wow.
She was flapping me around.
Well, and what's crazy though is, I mean, you look so good for your age. 65. I mean, you look young. You look like you could be
here's the
45.
thing.
Doesn't you look good for 65?
Oh my
yeah.
God.
It's all the exercise.
In wisdom, 65 in
Yeah.
wisdom.
Just play with it.
Okay. I am no 48. Here's the deal. 48. But honestly, it's all what God blesses it is. It's what it is. 65-year-olds with a wisdom up here. And then I want to say, I'll be honest, I think I'm at about 32. Like the dragon, Bruce Lee.
So are you doing weights and then you do the cardiovascular Zumba or basketball or boxing? Is that how you kind of mix it up?
I mix it all up. Like
I love that.
Bruce he said it like this: you got to be like water. Well, what's your water? You don't have to be. I can't be this guy.
Yeah,
I couldn't last 2 rounds. But if you say what can you do, and if you expand on what you can do, you'll do more. Well,
and the reason why I asked you, I'm trying to learn for myself, because
there we go.
When it comes to cardiovascular, what I do is I do a lot of sitting. I do a lot of not to be confused with sit-ups. I do a lot of sitting in chairs, and I'm feeling like I need to get out a little bit more, get out of chairs, and start moving. And so I'm going to work on that.
We're going to do it together.
You all, talk about that. I'm inspired, and I'm going to get out, and I'm going to try to run. I don't know if I'm going to try 12 miles, but
hey, walking is huge. I underestimated it.
Yeah, walking
for your mental health. When I got hurt 2 years ago, I caught a kid. I told the story. You say it, and we can go on to that, but it taught me a lesson. The only thing I could do was this: walk.
Your arm was up here like this?
Literally. It was like I was some kind of European soldier.
I've seen that. You ever seen people like that are Richard?
And it's crazy because you're doing that.
Was your arm in a cast like that?
Yeah, it was awful. It was
How long was it like that for?
Like 2 months. It was awful.
Oh my goodness.
But that's where all that epiphany of mental health came about.
Yeah.
Was I was in a horrible position. And when you're in a horrible position, if you look up, guess what? Look at me now.
Well, hey, this has been a lot of fun talking about physical fitness, and I could talk to both of you all day about that because, it's such an important topic. This next part of the show, though, I do want to talk a little bit more about it. We'll still continue to talk about it, but also that focus. You talked about focus, right? Yes. That mental piece is so critical. And so, we talked about, discipline, what it looks like in real life, being consistent, exercising, working out, having a thorough routine, right? Which both of you have as well. And it involves, showing up every single day. It involves, pushing yourself even further, like you talked about, right? Trying to strive for perfection, trying to get to that next level. And so we're going to kind of talk about that too. But it also kind of reminds me of schools and what's happening right now in schools. In many schools, we tend to separate, a few things. We tend to separate academics as one priority, and then also physical fitness as something separate and something extra. But in reality, they really are both connected. Would you guys agree with that?
Absolutely. You can't get away from it.
Yeah.
I would argue that the mental health and the physical health are way more connected to the grades because confidence can get you far even if you have disability in certain areas. And that's where, again, the father figure, that's where all this stuff happening. So I just say, you hit the nail on the head, Jeremy, picking this for a topic today.
Yeah. And I want to talk to you too, from your experience being an athlete, how does physical training impact your mental focus, your mindset? I mean, you kind of already talked a little bit about that, but do you notice a difference in how you think afterwards? Clarity?
Yes. So what my coach tells me is everything I do, I have to do it with a purpose. So if I'm going, halfway do it, then I'm not fully committed to it. I'm not fully committed to the goal I want to get to. So every time I sit here and I work out, I think about that, like, where do I want to be at right now? If I take a rep off or if I cheat myself, am I really going to get to where I want to be? So it's just me battling myself at this point.
Yeah.
Like, what are we going to do here? Are we going to get together or are we going to give up? So that's how
you learn how to fight for your future championship fights.
Yeah.
Because that's where it's really going to take place.
Closed mouths don't get fed. You got to go get it.
Yeah. Are there ever those moments, though, just being honest, where, maybe you're not training consistently?
Oh, yeah.
You notice a difference?
Yeah. I'll be mad at myself a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll be lazy. I can admit that. But at the end of the day, it's still a goal we have to reach.
Oh, yeah. And I've had those moments, too. When I was younger, I worked out. I was pretty physically fit. And I remember taking a week or two off, and I remember going back to the gym and thinking, I'm going to be just fine. You get back in the gym, you feel it.
Yeah, you feel
take
the
a week
difference
off.
for sure.
Oh, you feel it. You're sore, right?
Yeah.
And you're kicking yourself.
Yeah. I took a week off and I walked in the gym one day and I'm hitting the bag, and I'm trying to move, and my coach's wife, we were talking, and she was showing me, she was demonstrating to another student how to do it, and he asked me, he was like, "How you do it?" And she was watching me, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I think we need to hit the reset button." Cause I forgot my steps.
Yeah.
So even that little break, even like it threw me off. Like your mind is like, whoa, like hold on, we gotta get back to the flow.
Salsa,
It
bro.
happens.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
You just get
yeah.
all day.
So, yeah, I feel like take that break for sure can for sure knock you off a little bit.
Oh yeah. And then you're kicking yourself because you're like, why did I take the break?
Yeah. Then it's like, oh,
because it's
man.
so much harder when you get back in there.
Yeah. Then you think about yourself like, oh, do I really want to do this for real? Like, do
Yeah.
I really want to do it?
And that's where the mental game comes back in, but you got to focus and then power through it, right?
Absolutely.
Always
Yeah.
gotta power through. Only way to go is up.
And then, I wanted to also kind of move on and ask you a question, when it comes to students, are we unintentionally creating environments where students are expected to sit for long periods of time and stay focused and perform at high levels without giving them enough time to really have that physical outlet, that support that they need to be able to get outside and do physical exercise?
I mean, absolutely. It's in the data. We're always data driven, right? It's in the data. The data backs what I'm saying. And I think even the data doesn't even add into those omitted variables. They're not seeing, and those omitted variables are the mental health implications. How do you get a kid to learn if they're not happy? You don't. But when I got a kid like you, bro, guess what? We have a connection already. You're humble. You're everything I would want in a student. But let's go with the bad version of you. Well, how do I get to you, man? It's not in numbers. It's not in data. It's me going, let's talk about Floyd Mayweather. I don't know. I like Sugar Ray Leonard. What do you think?
Yeah.
And now we're talking. Now we're outside.
Yeah.
You feel this.
Well, and that's an interesting point. I actually do want to ask you too. How do you connect with kids? Because you were a mentor too. I imagine you had to have kids that just didn't care. They didn't want to hear from, they weren't open. But like, do you have any advice for people that are trying to connect with students?
The only thing I did was relate with the kids.
Yeah.
I every time I have a session with a kid, I start off with, I'm not gonna say anything. I want you, if there's anything you need to get off your chest, let me know. You got to reassure somebody. Let them know that they do have help. A lot of kids really don't think they don't have that help and don't have that because maybe they don't have a father figure or they don't have someone that's pushing them every day. Being there for them is the main thing that made me be able to relate.
Yeah.
Be good with kids. Always making them smile and laugh.
Wow.
Even doing little gestures.
Yeah.
Little things to make them happy was my main goal. Like, I would never, even if I seen a kid not talking, not participating in like any drill or anything, I would sit with them. I'd be like, hey, we could do it together. Like, just us two. Let's just do it together. Like, us alone. We ain't got to do it with nobody else. Let's just have our own time. Let's make him feel like, okay, I'm a little more comfortable now.
Yeah.
Every kid has to be comfortable in a lot of situations. If they don't feel comfortable, they'll shut down.
Oh, yeah.
They'll shut down real quick. So biggest thing with me was being comfortable and making sure they feel like, yeah, I am a safe place. I am someone they can talk to.
Yeah. I love that. Just kind of, setting the expectation that I'm just going to be here with you if you want to be here,
No matter what, I got you.
Yeah.
Talk to me. I'm here to listen. I won't, if you don't want me to give no advice, you just want to let it out.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Did you ever have those kids that were like, I'm not, not today?
Yeah. I said not today. I'd be like, okay, that's fine.
Just like that. Didn't complain, did you?
Yeah, I didn't complain.
Yeah.
But I feel that you met everyone at their level.
Yeah, because you don't want to make somebody feel like their opinion or how they feeling doesn't matter. Because that could take a toll on you. It could really mess with you mentally. It could really drain you as a person. Like, wow, like, does anybody actually care? Like, so I've been through that. I went through high school. I've been not want to talk to teachers. I want to being a trouble kid. So I already know how it's coming from. I already know the background these kids come from. So I know how hard it is. That's why I want to be that safe place.
Yeah. I think what you said is so critical too. He said something really important there. You mentioned like, okay, so there are those people though, those staff members, those educators out there, coaches, sometimes they take it a little too far, because if a kid does shut down, if a student is not receptive because maybe they got something going on and they communicate, hey, I'm not having a good day. Like, I need a break, right?
Yeah.
There's some people that maybe push too far, right? And then you see a negative reaction. But I think a lot of it, what it ends up becoming is like a power struggle. Like, I'm the boss, I'm the adult, you're the child, you need to listen to me.
Yeah.
And then there's that lack of respect for boundaries for students, for young adults that are growing up. And, you kind of create a worse situation versus that approach of I'm just going to be here for you.
Yeah, and sometimes some kids don't understand the situation. They just don't understand. Sometimes they don't understand what they did wrong or how to approach things. So that's why being a mentor for that school, I taught them that. There's different ways you approach things, a different way you handle things. Because, a lot of kids have different reactions.
Yeah.
Every kid is different.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So you're not going to know what you're going to get from this kid.
Yep.
And then expect the same thing from a different kid. Like, no.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I had to learn about kids. Everyone is very different, and they go through and work through things very differently.
Yeah. I love that approach that you mentioned, though, too, and I think that's really good advice for our educators out there, for people who are looking to mentor and to support young people. And then, of course, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but Tony over here, he has experience working at a youth prison, youth penitentiary. Yeah. And so you've worked with a lot of students who have had difficult backgrounds, come from difficult circumstances. Is there an approach that you worked that kind of like he had his approach of just being there and kind of being in that space and listening? Did you have something that maybe worked for you, advice that you can kind of share to help support our educators, people who are looking to be mentors out there?
Yeah.
I think we got to turn that microphone, bud. There you go.
Okay, here we go. Look for the gold. Look for the gold. And there's gold in everybody. And when you can see the gold, you speak to the gold, right? Sure, there's darkness all around, but the gold, right? Because I saw it in a kid named, he's a grown man now, and he got out and he's doing great. I named Omar. And talk about adversity. Blind in one eye. The other guy was at like 60%, but the artist, the ability, what it causes, that disability made his hands so incredibly like a jeweler, like a guy making a Rolex. And he shows me a sculpture he made with paper.
Wow.
Of, I want to say it was a Virgin Mary. I don't know.
Yeah.
But this was one.
He made a sculpture out of paper?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was
that would
floored.
tell you a lot too. That picture, it tells you a lot. Looking at that picture, it tells you a lot.
So what do you think I did when I saw it? I praised it.
Yeah.
And I watched that light start to come on inside him.
I don't know how someone would even do that. That's amazing out of paper.
Exactly.
Right.
It's like an
I don't know.
expression. They're expressing their feelings to you, but they're not saying it. They're drawing it. So it hits a little bit.
Did you have students that did that too? They connected that way?
I
art
had a
and stuff?
student that will do it. I think I have one student that would do it like that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had one student that was just, wanted to be alone. And that was actually my favorite student, actually. He was very chill. He used to always draw something for me every morning.
Wow.
And he'll just show me. And I'll just be like, what's this about? Like, what's the story behind this? He'll tell me about it, and I'll be like, wow, like, you really put this, what you had in your imagination, on this piece of paper.
That's incredible.
It's crazy. It's beautiful.
Wow. Yeah.
It's very beautiful.
And there's all kinds of ways students express themselves too. I mean, it could be with like, what you mentioned right there, music too.
Like Michael Jackson. Perfect example. Dance. That's how music expresses his feelings.
Oh, yeah.
How he got his rhythm. He'll tap his foot. That's his thing.
Did you see the new movie, by the way?
Yes.
You got to see it?
Yes. Even in the movie, when he first got it, he was alone. He wanted to start his own single. He wanted to start on his own. He wanted to move away from Jackson 5.
Yeah.
He's in the room. He's recording. And the producer's like, Michael, stop moving your feet. Right? And he's like, all right, I got you. Right? And he just keeps doing it. That's the way he can express himself. That's the way he can think of his lyrics.
Yeah.
And let it just flow perfectly.
And let me ask you something. When you heard Michael Jackson the first time, what did it do for you?
Gave me peace. Gave me peace.
Check this out. Check this out.
Peace.
One thing I did, and I knew there was something there. My classroom.
Are you good at dancing?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know, I always want to be like Mike.
Can you
We're gonna
moonwalk?
Hey, Zumba.
Yes,
dude.
I can't
You
move
can
on.
moonwalk?
Hey,
Hey,
let me
I
tell
wish
you.
we did
Things
not. Hey, if
happening,
we did
dude.
not have carpet in here right now,
Look out. Look out. Okay.
yeah.
Doing the Thriller dance and the moonwalk was my favorite thing. I used to sit there in
Wow.
front of TV and just.
Hey, I tried. I never could do.
I really
I
get
could
it.
never do the
So-
moonwalk.
That's awesome. Can you do it?
I can do Zumba.
Okay. Hey,
I can
Zumba's-
do what
yeah.
I'm born to do, which is that. You know, but hey, real talk. I got a beautiful little speaker boombox. I put production value for the classroom.
Yeah.
And I played it while we did. I again saw it wasn't so much just the work, but I saw the joy, the joy. See, and you keep the engine going, so never stop because
stop.
you might have other voices. No, stay on that path. This is good stuff.
Oh yeah. And then also, I mean, you see situations like this is the right approach, right? Like,
Yeah.
okay. First of all, there's the wrong approach. Then there's the right approach. I'll share this with you real quick. You have situations where like, you have, if a kid is tapping maybe their pencil, right? A lot of teachers, what do we automatically think? Okay, it's disruptive. Yeah. If a student keeps doing it, then what do we think? Okay, now they're being defiant, right?
Yeah.
They're just breaking the rules. But the right approach might be pass that student some drumsticks, right? There's a video of a teacher that's online where a teacher actually did that. They gave this young person some drumsticks and he grew up and became a drummer, like a professional drummer, right? So it's about looking for, that what is that need that the child has? And it kind of reminds me, I had a student, it was during state testing here. State testing, very serious. You can't mess around during state testing, right? I mean, remember?
I felt the stress in the air.
And of course, you've been a student during state tests, right? The CASP
State
test,
testing is different.
all that.
Yes, sir.
Well, I had a student that actually, he finished early and he was being a little silly with his friends, having a good time. And I had to talk to him, but I said, hey, what are you interested in? And he said, you know what? I like learning about other countries and flags and stuff like that. And I said, really? And I had flags all over my room, like literally every few inches, I'm not joking, was a flag of a different country, right? And so check this out. This conversation with this student, I could have said, hey, you're going to the office, you're being disruptive, right?
Yeah.
But here's what I did. I said, what are you interested in? He said, stuff on countries. I said, tomorrow I'm going to bring you something on different countries and we'll talk about that more. And I'm not joking. Check this out. I have maybe, I want to say over 100 flags of different countries. He wrote down and he numbered 1 through whatever it was. And by memory, he actually wrote down the name of every single country and every single flag. And he gave it to me the next day. And I was blown away for him to, and so I had to test him, right? So I'm like, okay, hold on. So I said, okay, that country over there, that flag. And he knew, he's like Zimbabwe. I'm like, okay, how about right over there? And he's like, United Arab Emirates, and I'm like, man. And so every single country he was able to name them. But again, here's the interesting thing, kind of like that story about the teacher who saw the student tapping and gave him drumsticks. Instead, I connected with him on something that he was interested in. Connected with him about geography. And hey, that's a unique thing. Not every student is, interested in geography.
Honestly.
But he was the best behaved student after talking to him about that, And so I think that, you could tie that into sports, right? You might be, someday you could be a manager, for a younger student, guiding them through boxing, right?
Yes,
And, we got a lot of viewers out there that, do that with students and connect too. And of course, you've been a mentor for students. The interesting thing is finding a way to connect with them. And like you said, every student's different, right? So it's about finding that approach, right?
I couldn't agree more, Jeremy. And honestly, what you're saying is more than just principles. You're talking about real principles, real advice. I mean, you got it right behind you.
Oh, you talking about the book right there?
Yeah, no big deal. The timing's everything. Look at that.
I was wondering where you were going with that.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
We're putting people up like this that are changing the culture and the narrative. Oh, who's that? He's not here, but that's what he would be saying right now.
Yep. We are almost at the end of the show. It goes by quick. We have about 6 minutes left. So what we do at the end of the show is we do a final word segment where we give you an opportunity to promote anything you got coming up, to also share final words of wisdom, a final message with our viewers, with our audience. And I think what we'll do, we'll start over here with you. Do you want to give final words of wisdom, final advice? And we got to talk about Retro Pie.
Okay.
Anything else you got coming up? And we'll go around the room.
Honestly, I would just say to everybody, staff, teachers, this is education podcast. I know it's that last stretch. It is. It's that last stretch. And and I'm going to tell you something. That light you guys all shine, and it's beautiful. I've seen it. And nobody can shine great at one time, okay? That's hard. Even I didn't shine the best always. But even if it's little, you got to let it shine, okay? Because it will shine. I just say go for it. You got this last month, go for it, because you're going to get 2 months off to lick your wounds and go on vacation, and you guys all deserve it. So that's my words.
I love that too. May 1st tomorrow already in May. Amazing, right? And May goes by quick, especially, at a school site, right? It goes by super fast, especially for our high schoolers. I mean, they've got the grad walks, they've got, senior events. Oftentimes throughout the country, they're doing some kind of senior trip. And so they're going to places like Disneyland or, wherever.
It was Hawaii.
Did you go to Hawaii?
It was Hawaii when I went to school.
You kidding me?
Hawaii. Yes, it was
we could
Hawaii.
talk about that after the podcast.
It was
After
Hawaii.
at the Retro
Wow.
Pie.
What island did you go to?
Honolulu.
Wow.
It was Hawaii, Honolulu.
For your senior trip.
Yes, for a senior trip.
I want to go to the high school you went to.
No, it was a lot of those local schools. It was McNair, Bear Creek, Lincoln.
Yeah.
Stagg, a lot of local schools.
That's good planning.
I've never even heard of a senior trip that cool.
Yeah.
That is neat.
It was crazy.
How long did you guys get to stay?
I think I want to say it was a week. I want to say.
You had to go a whole
week. It was
week?
a lot of money.
Wow.
That's what I remember.
Wow.
Jeremy,
that's
where'd
amazing.
you go?
It was interesting. I actually ended up going to, you guys are going to laugh at me here. I went to the regular Great America right here.
Hey, don't sleep on the.
Hey, you
don't
know
sleep
what?
on
It's about
that.
to shut down
Hey.
too.
So check this out. When I was a senior, I didn't have a lot of money in high school, right? And there was this county program that I got to be a part of. And because I couldn't afford the $500 Disney trip. So I got to go and I got to do this trip. And I'll never forget this. We're on the train, me and a bunch of other kids from, disadvantaged backgrounds, economically, socioeconomically disadvantaged. And I'll never forget this. They give us an envelope, right? And in the envelope, we had like $40. And I was like, are you kidding me? They just gave me $40. I'm going to get to actually eat today at this, theme park, and I get to do stuff. And it was amazing. But I just feel so blessed and fortunate that I even got to do something like that. But it was incredible. We took a train ride. I got to do the Ace train, I think is what it was, all the way to Santa Clara. We got off. We got to go to Six Flags. And I mean, it was pretty special.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Crazy.
It's
yeah.
memories like that, though, that fill you. See? And we could talk more about all that.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. So, did you do the senior trip? You go to Disneyland?
Or I went to Hawaii.
You got to go to Hawaii too?
I'll
You
tell you.
serious?
And I was
never even heard of this.
full and
I'm telling you.
I mean, it was great,
I'm telling
but
you.
there's that ego that I'm trying so hard to get rid of them.
Yeah.
I mean, but that ego was in shape, and I was my own version of Pinpoint Lonnie. And that guy was a wild guy that had just crazy faith and all.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna do it. And I'll tell you one story. We go to Sandy Beach because the calm waters weren't enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my first experience is we're gonna storm the beach.
Uh-huh.
And we go all in because all the locals are just gracefully like he would be just duck dive it, ride it. I said, if he can do it, I can do it.
Uh-huh.
No, I couldn't do it. I almost died. I got just
Oh no.
came out. Lifeguard comes out. What's wrong with you? You crazies. Get out of here if you're not from Hawaii. For the beach. Obviously.
beach,
Went to back to the luau. We had some some Kahlua pork.
Nice,
Hawaii's
nice.
great. Hawaii's great.
So you guys got me thinking about Hawaii now. I want to be in Hawaii.
Let's go.
But, all right, so we'll go over here. So again, a tradition on our show is that we give our guests a final word, final closing message, words of advice, wisdom. It could be a story, but something you want to leave our guests with, our audience.
I want to say, strive for greatness. You want that degree to go get that degree. You want to go do something, go do it. Teachers, principals, connect with your kids. Really understand your kids. Don't let up. If y'all keep going, you keep pushing, you will get there. So if you play any sports, if you got the talent, the money gonna come. Don't worry about the money. Worry about the grind right now. The grind is gonna be the best story of your life. That's in anything, not even just sports. So my thing is keep striving. Keep pushing.
Beautiful. Well said. Love having you on the show, buddy.
Thank you.
Tony, thank you so much for being on the show again tonight. Of course,
Thank
as
you, guys.
always, that brings us to the end of tonight's show, the Education Talk Show with Jeremy Brooks Weekly Recess. Appreciate you watching, sharing, subscribing, commenting. And again, we've heard a lot of things tonight about physical fitness, exercise, pushing ourselves, growing. And so continue to try to do those things. Also, real quick, make sure to check out our episode that we're going to have this Saturday. It's a special episode, and it's going to be at 2:00. And so set your calendars, reminders to make sure to tune in during that time. It's going to be an amazing show. And I didn't share this also, but we're going to be giving away autographs. If you like Toy Story, you want an autograph from Andy, or, from Santa Boy from Nightmare Before Christmas.
I'm excited about that.
We're giving away some autographs. So this is a cool opportunity. All you have to do is comment during the show. Share a question you have. I might answer it, and then we're going to randomly select some people in the audience to get an autograph. So that should be good. Listen, in our communities, in our schools, take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. This has been the Education Talk Show with Jeremy Brooks Weekly Recess. We'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.